comes out deuce, deuce, ace.
John's going to need a 9, or he's going to double up TJ.
Turns a queen of spades.
TJ remembers when a 9 on the river knocked him out of the 2000 World Series. Said, not another 9.
No 9 on the river today, much to the joy of TJ's wife, Joy. TJ Cloutier doubles up to stick around.
And with that hand-eye coordination only a pool shark can have, John Hennigan pays off TJ.
Back to our featured table now. Antonio Esfandiari and Ted Forrest, where the blinds have increased to 1 in 2,000. Antonio with an offsuit ace-queen. And he raises to 6,100. And now Ted Forrest with nearly a 2-to-1 chip advantage, looking down at a suited ace-4.
I raise it.
Ted's going to raise here. If he can deliver a knockout punch, he wants to do it.
I'm all in.
And he moves all in.
Wow. This is a kind of tough call for Antonio. Puts them all in. He's got ace-queen. If Ted has any pair, Antonio is only even money. And if Ted does have a pair of aces, a pair of kings, or ace-king, Antonio's in very bad shape. Tough call.
Do you have a coin?
Antonio's asked for a coin.
I'm coinless.
And isn't that typical? No poker players have any cash with them.
I got a feeling Antonio has decided to call. Someone has come up with a coin, though, so he's probably going to have to flip it. There he goes.
It was tails.
He says it was tails. We didn't see it.
We didn't know what heads or tails meant.
I think they both meant that he was going to call here.
Which it appears he is going to call. So Antonio calls the bet, putting his tournament life on the line. He is covered here.
Shows his ace-queen. Ted turns over his 4. Does he have a pair of 4s? No, Antonio. He's got ace-4. You're in good shape. Just got to avoid 4s and clubs.
Flop comes queen, jack, 6. In better shape now is Antonio with a pair of queens.
Ted is dead to 2 clubs or 2 4s.
Turn is a 6 of spades.
And that'll do it. Antonio is doubled up.
River card is of no consequence. Jack of diamonds for posterity, and Antonio indeed gets a little healthier to stick around by doubling up. Now back to one of our outer tables where Lyle Berman on your left has a 2-to-1 chip advantage over Carlos Mortensen.
Lyle's gone all in with an ace-jack, and Carlos has called him with a pair of 8s. Lyle needs an ace or a jack.
And he gets the ace. Ace-king-9, all diamonds on the flop.
2001 world champion is in a world of trouble here, Matt.
My wife Cecilia certainly knows that.
Lyle knows it too.
Turns a king of spades.
Carlos Mortensen needs an 8 on the river to win.
Hall of Famer Lyle Berman can smell it. He's so close. River's a deuce of hearts, and that means Lyle Berman eliminates Carlos Mortensen. Lyle Berman is the first player to advance to the round of 8. More from the round of 16 as we continue from the Nugget right after this. For more information on booking your trip to Las Vegas, log on to Expedia.com. Back inside the Nugget, one of our 3 outer tables where Mimi Tran is short-stacked and all-in against Chris Ferguson.
Mimi's got 35,000. She's got ace-7 against Chris's ace-jack. Everybody knows the drill by this time. Mimi's going to need a 7.
Flop is 6 king deuce.
No 7. She needs a 7 on one of the next 2 cards.
Turn is an 8 of hearts.
That 8 was a little close for Chris. Looked like a 7 when it first came out there.
River brings an 8 of clubs, and that means Mimi Tran is eliminated. Chris Ferguson advances to the round of 8.
Chris takes off his hat, bows to the ball guy, says, look how much hair I have.
Back to our featured table now, where Ted Forrest, by winning several smaller pots, has regained a slight chip lead over Antonio Esfandiari. Lines up to 1,500 and 3,000. Pocket queens for Antonio.
He's going to put in a nice raise here.
Up to 9,000. And pocket eights for Ted.
Ted could get in trouble with this hand. Pocket eights is a big hand in heads up, no limit hold'em. There's two ways to play it. He could put in a little re-raise here, a feel a re-raise, or he could wait to see what comes on the flop.
And he's chosen the latter. He's simply called. Flop comes 9-4-9.
This flop is going to commit Ted. There are no aces or picture cards. I can't see Ted getting away from it once Antonio bets.
Ted quickly checked.
Antonio's going to bet.
Antonio bets 12-5, and quickly Ted goes all in.
I call.
And just as quickly, Antonio calls.
And Ted quickly sees that this is just what he didn't want to happen. Antonio has a higher pair. Ted's going to need an 8. Otherwise, he's going to be very low in chips. Antonio gets up.
Turns an ace of diamonds.
Ted still needs an 8. Antonio does that little Persian no-8 dance.
And it works. The river's at 10 of clubs. Antonio takes down the pot and now takes a 4-1 chip advantage over Ted Forrest. We go to one of our outer tables now, and check this out, Gabe. The black eights didn't work for Forrest, and they show up here for TJ Cloutier, who's got John Hennigan all in. Hennigan is short stacked, down to just over 11,000 from the 80,000 stake.
He really had no choice but to go all in with this ace-6. And he's got a good flop here. He's flopped an open end straight. He could take the lead with a 3, an 8, or an ace.
Turns a 4 of clubs.
Well, now he can't win with that 8 anymore because that would make TJ a full house. He needs a 3 or an ace.
Wife Joy hopeful that the 3 or ace don't show. It is a deuce of clubs on the river, and TJ Cloutier eliminates John Hennigan and advances to the round of 8. So the former Cal Berkeley tight end puts the bear hug on his wife Joy and moves on in the tournament. Lindsey Zarniak is with the winner.
TJ Cloutier, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You know, so much talk over the past couple years has been on the youth movement in poker, and now as you veterans are kind of taking the stage moving into the final rounds, do you get any satisfaction out of that?
I get satisfaction in winning. I don't care who it's against, but the dinosaurs like Doyle and me and a few of the others, we're not quite dead yet.
I know that you have brought your wife to almost every tournament. How much comfort does she give you?
Oh, great. She doesn't know a thing about poker. I mean, not a thing. She doesn't know what hand beats what hand, and never has wanted to know. But she's my steady and rock. She has one question when I lose: why did I move all in?